Welcome you. Today on the Deep Dive, we're plunging into something pretty fascinating.
We are indeed.
Copper and methylene blue. Two, seemingly quite different compounds.
Very different on the surface.
Yeah, you've shared some really interesting sources on these, and our mission today, well, it's unpack it all.
Get to the core science.
Exactly. Understand what the sources are telling us about their potential benefits for health, especially around blood and immunity.
Yeah, we've got a good stack of material from, an essential trace mineral
Right.
to a synthetic dye with this surprisingly wide range of uses. So the goal is to distill it down.
Give everyone a clear sense of what really matters.
Precisely.
Okay, let's kick things off with copper then. The sources call it a trace mineral, but that trace label, well, it doesn't really capture the whole picture, does it?
Not at all. It's involved in so much.
Apparently, yeah. Helping your body handle iron, create red blood cells,
Mm.
obviously vital for preventing anemia, getting oxygen around.
Absolutely fundamental.
And it's a key player in energy production, too, inside those mitochondria.
Yes, the cell's powerhouses. Copper's essential right at the end of that energy production line. Cytochrome C oxidase.
Right. And get this, it's also part of our antioxidant defenses, fighting free radicals.
Component of superoxide dismutase, SOD.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And it supports the immune system, helps white blood cells work properly. Oh, and connective tissue formation, too. Collagen, elastin.
It's quite the resume for a trace mineral.
Seriously. Quite a job description.
And when you zoom in on the blood cells specifically, you really see how indispensable it is.
Yeah.
For red blood cells, it's not just about absorbing iron.
Uh-huh.
It's making sure the iron can actually be used by the body.
Okay.
And for white blood cells, it's boosting their ability to do their job fighting infections, keeping the immune system sharp.
Right. The sources really dig into the details here. For red blood cells, apparently copper is crucial for this protein, ceruloplasmin.
Ceruloplasmin, yes, very important.
It converts iron from one form, Pho, to Pho, which is the form that binds to transfer in the transport protein.
Exactly. So copper is basically the key that unlocks iron for transport.
So without enough copper, the whole system kind of jams up,
Yeah.
leading to anemia?
That's a major consequence, yes.
Yeah.
Plus, there are copper-dependent enzymes needed to actually build hemoglobin itself.
Wow.
And you mentioned SOD, copper zinc superoxide dismutase. That protects the red blood cells from oxidative damage, like a little bodyguard.
Okay, that makes sense. And for the white blood cells, you said it enhances them.
It does. It boosts phagocytosis.
Phagocytosis, like Pac-Man.
Pretty much. The white blood cells engulfing and digesting invaders' bacteria, cellular junk.
Okay.
And what's really neat is the direct antimicrobial action of copper ions themselves.
Oh, like those copper surfaces in hospitals.
Precisely. The ions disrupt bacterial and viral membranes. It also helps regulate cytokines.
The immune messengers.
Yeah, keeping the inflammatory response balanced. Not too much, not too little.
Sounds like a very delicate balance. Which brings us to the two sides of the coin, right? Deficiency versus too much.
Absolutely critical point.
The sources say deficiency can lead to anemia, low neutrophils, a type of white blood cell,
Right, neutropenia.
more infections, and just feeling tired all the time, fatigue,
But excess copper isn't good either. Liver damage, oxidative stress.
and Wilson's disease, that genetic thing.
Yes, where copper builds up to toxic levels.
But the good news is the recommended intake for adults is about 900 micrograms a day.
Relatively small amount.
And you can get it from food, shellfish, liver, nuts, seeds, even dark chocolate.
Some tasty options there.
Definitely. So for most people, a varied diet should cover it.
Generally, yes.
Okay, let's switch gears. Let's talk about methylene blue.
Ah, yes. The blue dye.
Right. My first thought was, isn't that just dye? And yeah, originally for textiles, staining samples.
It was.
But wow, the medical applications. The sources mention its history as an anti-malarial.
It has a long history there, yes. And antiseptic, antiviral properties, too.
And here's where it gets really interesting again. Neuroprotective, protecting brain cells,
And a mitochondrial enhancer, boosting those energy factories.
boosting mitochondria,
Yeah.
and even potentially fighting cancer.
It's a fantastic example of an old compound finding new life in medicine.
It really is. So when we look at how it might fight viruses and cancer, especially in blood cells, the mechanisms are pretty compelling.
They are indeed.
Okay, so for viruses, it seems like it messes with their genetic material, RNA or DNA replication,
It intercalates, basically wedges itself into the viral RNA or DNA.
like putting a stick in a zipper. So the virus can't copy itself.
That's a good analogy, yes. It stops replication. Lab studies show it inhibiting SARS-CoV-2.
The COVID virus.
Yes, and Zika, even HIV.
That's quite a range. And for cancer,
Mhm.
particularly blood cancers like leukemia,
It acts as an electron cycler. It messes with the cancer cell's energy production.
they rely heavily on glycolysis, right?
Yeah.
A specific energy pathway.
Often, yes. Methylene blue can disrupt that. It can also increase reactive oxygen species, ROS.
Those damaging molecules.
Yes. But in this context, that increase inside cancer cells can trigger their self-destruct mechanism, apoptosis.
Programmed cell death. So it's being looked at for leukemia because of that.
Precisely, targeting the uncontrolled growth of those abnormal blood cells.
And its benefits aren't just offensive, right? It helps healthy blood cells too,
Yes, it can improve mitochondrial function in red blood cells.
helping them deliver oxygen better.
Potentially, yes. And it has a known established use for treating methemoglobinemia.
Methemoglobinemia. That's where hemoglobin can't carry oxygen properly.
Correct. Methylene blue helps convert it back to the functional form.
Okay, let's go a bit deeper on how it fights viruses. The sources mention two main ways.
That's right. First, as we said, disrupting the RNA-DNA replication by intercalation, sticking itself in the genetic code.
Direct attack.
And second, boosting those reactive oxygen species, ROS, inside the infected cells.
Which helps break down the virus.
Essentially, yes, leads to viral degradation. And it's shown action in labs against SARS-CoV-2, reducing viral load. Against HIV by inhibiting reverse transcriptase, an enzyme HIV needs.
Okay.
And even dengue and Zika by blocking them from getting into cells.
That's pretty impressive. And the anti-cancer mechanisms. Multiple angles there too.
Seems so. Disrupting mitochondrial function is key, hitting that glycolysis dependence.
Right.
Then there's photodynamic therapy, PDT.
PDT.
Expose methylene blue to specific light wavelengths,
Okay.
and it generates singlet oxygen, a highly reactive form that can kill cancer cells in the illuminated area.
Ah, targeted killing.
Exactly. And in blood cancers, like leukemia, studies suggest it induces apoptosis via ROS
Okay.
and might even work synergistically with existing chemo drugs, like arsenic trioxide for AML.
Acute myeloid leukemia, making chemo work better, potentially.
That's the hope in some research areas.
And beyond attacking bad cells, it helps our own blood cells too. That methemoglobinemia treatment is a big one.
Oh, well-established medical use, yes.
Right.
Converting methemoglobin back to hemoglobin.
And the potential neuroprotective effects.
Yeah.
Improving oxygen use in brain cells. That sounds really promising for things like Alzheimer's.
It's an active area of research, definitely, which brings us squarely to safe usage.
Crucial point. The sources are very clear. Medical grade only.
Absolutely emphatic. The stuff for dyeing clothes can have nasty impurities, not for ingestion.
Definitely not. And dosage is key, right? Needs medical supervision.
Always. The ranges mentioned show how varied the uses are: 0.5 to 4 milligrams per kilogram for antiviral or general use.
Okay.
Much lower concentrations, like 1 to 10 micromolar in lab cancer research.
Right.
And 1 to 2 milligram per kilogram IV for methemoglobinemia. It highlights the need for precision.
Absolutely. And the warnings are serious too. Serotonin syndrome risk with antidepressants like SSRIs.
A major concern. You have to tell your doctor everything you're taking.
And it's a no-go for people with G6PD deficiency because of hemolysis risk.
Correct. It can cause red blood cells to break down prematurely in those individuals. Critical safety point.
Okay, so we have these two. Copper and methylene blue, both fascinating. What about them together? Any synergy?
That's where it gets really interesting. Sources mention potential synergies. Early research suggests copper might boost methylene blue's anti-tumor effects.
Really?
And there's work on nanoparticle delivery systems to target them both to cancer cells more effectively.
Nanoparticles.
Yeah.
Sounds very sci-fi. Can we get into the mechanisms of how they might interact?
Let's try. Copper's role in energy in mitochondria. It's fundamental, part of cytochrome C oxidase.
The final step in making ATP, our energy currency.
Exactly. So copper deficiency directly hits energy production, leads to fatigue, poor oxygen delivery.
Right. And methylene blue can act as an alternative electron carrier, sort of bypass parts of that chain.
In a way, yes. It can help mitochondria function even if parts are impaired. That's relevant for conditions like Alzheimer's, where mitochondrial function declines.
Interesting, like a backup system.
And methylene blue's redox chemistry, its ability to switch between oxidized and reduced states, allows it to be an antioxidant at low doses, scavenging free radicals.
Okay.
But at higher doses, it generates controlled oxidative stress, useful for killing cancer or infected cells.
The double-edged sword idea.
Precisely. And that redoxability is how it fixes methemoglobinemia, too.
So putting them together, copper and MB against pathogens or cancer.
The potential is exciting. Copper ions might enhance MB's antimicrobial power by creating hydroxyl radicals via the Fenton reaction.
Fenton reaction. Sounds reactive.
Highly reactive. Lab studies show copper-MB combinations are more effective against things like MRSA.
Antibiotic-resistant staph.
Yes. And leukemia cells. Seems like a dual attack, oxidative stress plus DNA disruption.
Wow. What about current clinical uses or trials for MB?
The sources have a good table on this. Methemoglobinemia is FDA approved. Malaria is historical, mostly replaced now.
Right.
But COVID and long COVID, that's being actively investigated, trying to interfere with the virus, improve oxygen delivery.
Makes sense.
And Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, ongoing trials focusing on that mitochondrial support, showing promise.
And cancer.
Preclinical success in photodynamic therapy for breast, prostate cancer, generating lots of interest.
And copper. Any new applications there?
Definitely. Its role in immunotherapy boosting the immune system against cancer is being explored with copper nanoparticles.
Nanoparticles again.
And antibacterial wound dressings using copper for things like diabetic ulcers.
Practical uses.
Plus, copper chelators used for Wilson's disease are also being studied to cut off tumor blood supply. Anti-angiogenesis.
Lots happening. But we have to talk risks again. Always important.
Absolutely essential. For copper, it's that balanced efficiency versus toxicity. Need the right amount.
And for methylene blue?
Generally well tolerated at low doses, but side effects are possible. Blue-green urine is common, usually harmless.
Okay, good to know.
But the serotonin syndrome risk with certain meds is real, and the G6PD contraindication is absolute. And again, never use industrial grade, only pharmaceutical grade.
Got it. So looking ahead, what's next for copper and MB?
The future looks interesting. Nanoparticle drug delivery is a big one, targeting therapies precisely.
Minimizing side effects.
Antiviral coatings for surfaces, medical devices, and those ongoing Alzheimer's trials for MB are definitely ones to watch. We're really just scratching the surface.
It feels that way. So, key takeaways then.
Copper. Essential trace element, vital for blood, immunity, best from food usually.
Shellfish, liver, nuts, dark chocolate.
Methylene blue. Versatile dye turned potential therapeutic. Methemoglobinemia treatment, promising antiviral anti-cancer research. But absolutely needs pharmaceutical-grade product and medical supervision. No self-experimenting. Research is ongoing.
Okay, so that brings us to supplementation directly. And the first thing, the huge EE disclaimer.
Cannot stress this enough. Talk to your doctor before starting any new supplement, especially methylene blue.
You'll see it again.
Only pharmaceutical-grade methylene blue is safe for internal use, period.
Right. So, copper supplements. Who might need them, according to the sources?
People with confirmed deficiency showing fatigue, anemia, frequent infections, weak bones perhaps. Blood tests confirm it.
Okay.
Also, maybe at-risk groups. Strict vegans, those with celiac disease, or people taking high-dose zinc without balancing copper.
Because zinc blocks copper absorption.
It can interfere, yes. Best forms for supplements. Copper bisglycinate is often recommended good absorption, gentle on the stomach. Copper gluconate is common in multivitamins too. For fixing a deficiency, maybe 2 for 4 mg a day for a month or two, then retest. Maintenance, if needed, much lower, 0.51 mg a day, always with food.
With food. Got it. And watch out for zinc interactions.
And know that vitamin C and iron work synergistically with copper too.
Okay. Now, methylene blue supplementation guidelines. Who might be looking into this based on the sources?
Potential interest for long COVID symptoms, chronic fatigue, brain fog, that's where low doses are being explored for mitochondrial support.
Low doses.
Methemoglobinemia is prescribed, obviously. Antiviral anti-cancer uses are still largely experimental research.
And getting the right stuff is critical.
Paramount. Reliable pharma-grade sources. The sources mention brands like Blue Brain Boost for low-dose cognitive support, or getting it from a compounding pharmacy. Avoid textiladal grade like the plague.
Avoid the plague. Okay. Dosage and how to take it. Varies a lot.
Hugely. Low dose for cognitive mitochondrial support, maybe 0.5 to 2 milligrams per kilogram body weight daily.
Okay, based on weight.
Often as liquid drops under the tongue or capsules, usually taken in the morning. Some people cycle it like 5 days on, 2 days off.
Cycling. Interesting. And high doses for antiviral anti-cancer research.
That's almost always IV, in clinical settings only, not something done at home. Same for photodynamic therapy, IVMB, plus specific red light under research conditions.
Okay, IV only for high dose. And safety reminders again.
Serotonin syndrome risk with SSRIs, SNRIs, MAOIs. Huge danger for people with G6PD deficiency. Non-negotiable warnings.
Right. This source is even given example stack.
Yeah.
Combining copper and MB.
Yes, an advanced experimental example. For mitochondrial energy, antiviral defense, or cancer support research. It lists specific doses for copper bisglycinate, vitamin C, low-dose MB, zinc, timed carefully.
But the big caveat.
Lab monitoring is absolutely essential if attempting something like that under guidance. Copper levels, ceruloplasmin, zinc, blood counts, liver enzymes, G6PD test first.
Wow, comprehensive monitoring. So
Yeah.
testing, not guessing.
Exactly. The sources list some reputable brands for copper and pharma-grade MB, too.
Okay. And the final advice on supplementing.
Start low, go slow, especially with MB. Never self-treat serious conditions, and test, don't guess.
Test, don't guess. Good mantra. All right, let's pivot slightly. Copper jewelry.
Ah, yes, the bracelets and necklaces. Lots of curiosity there.
People wonder, is there anything to it? We're trying to get the full truth here.
Well, the updated info suggests there might be something to the idea of skin absorption.
Microabsorption.
Yeah. Sweat and skin acidity can apparently dissolve trace amounts, maybe 0.1 to 1 milligram a day. Not a replacement for diet, but maybe a tiny supplement.
Okay, trace amounts, any local effects.
Potential for localized anti-inflammatory action where it touches the skin, maybe a tiny boost to collagen there too?
What about the electromagnetic stuff? Balancing bioelectricity.
That's much more debated, not strong scientific backing. But you do hear anecdotal reports, less muscle cramping, better sleep for some. It's also mentioned in context of earthing research, but mechanisms are unclear.
And we can't ignore the placebo effect. Right.
Absolutely not. The ritual, the belief, it helps.
Yeah.
That can reduce stress and have real effects for some people. Placebo is powerful.
There was a study mentioned, University of Southampton.
Yes, 2024. Found copper jewelry does release ions that reduced oxidative stress in lab models and showed weak antimicrobial effects against staph bacteria.
Weak antimicrobial. So not replacing hand washing.
Definitely not. And compared to magnetic bracelets, which have no proven mechanism, copper does have measurable ion exchange, even if it's subtle.
Okay, so if someone wants to try it, what's the best way?
Pure unlined copper likely releases the most ions. Might turn skin green, but that's usually harmless.
Yours again, okay.
Copper-infused fabrics might stain less, but have less copper. Brass is an alloy, maybe less benefit. Snug fit helps skin contact. Rotate spots, maybe. Clean it with vinegar and salt to remove tarnish.
When shouldn't you wear it?
Wilson's disease, definitely. Copper allergies, or if your sweat is super acidic and just eats through it quickly.
Okay. Any synergies? Combining it with other things?
Some ideas mentioned, like taking turmeric orally, using topical magnesium oil, something copper helps skin absorb it, maybe, or using it with red light therapy. Copper reflects infrared, might boost local circulation. Interesting ideas.
Interesting, yeah. So top 3 evidence-backed uses, if we had to summarize.
Based on the sources, mild support for arthritis symptoms seems most reported. Maybe some improvement in skin microcirculation, like for cold hands, and the mind-body ritual aspect for stress.
So the final recommendation on copper jewelry.
Worth trying as a natural, non-invasive adjunct, maybe, if you're curious. But manage expectations. It's not a primary treatment.
Adjunct, not cure.
And the pro tip, combining it with copper-rich foods probably gives you more reliable systemic benefits.
Makes sense. Okay, wrapping up this deep dive then. Copper and methylene blue. Quite the journey.
It really has been. We've seen copper is truly essential. Blood health, immunity, energy, fundamental stuff.
And methylene blue.
Yeah.
This old dye with surprising new potential. Antiviral, anti-cancer research, methemoglobinemia treatment.
But that crucial message throughout, medical guidance, caution, especially with MPs, pharma grade only.
Absolutely. Don't self-treat serious stuff. Talk to your doctor. That's the #1 takeaway.
Always.
We really want you to remember that.
And maybe as you think about all this, the roles of trace elements, repurposed compounds, it makes you wonder, right, what other simple things might hold unexpected keys to our health. Perhaps there's more out there waiting for careful science to uncover it, encourages us to keep exploring, think critically, look beyond the surface.